He doesn't look small, but honestly, I don't think there's deep into it. Just can put us in the ring and who's better.
I'm ready to fight. You know, I've been chasing these big fights for quite a while. I want to call myself undisputed, so you know, it is what it is. I'm ready when they are.
That's definitely a fight I want. Like I said, I'm not scared of nobody. This is Monstro's world. And if he wants to get that fight, we get that fight.
And I like the fight with Jai. I think the Jai Opetaia fight at Cruiserweight is the fight for me. That's the fight that I want to see. Jai has been the man at that weight class for a very long time. Now you got a new player in the division with a hot name and whose stock and whose star power is only rising. That's the fight I believe that needs to be made at the Cruiserweight.
Jai Opetaia has officially turned his attention toward David Benavidez, and now the boxing world is bracing for what could become an explosive showdown. With both fighters moving closer to a collision course, this matchup is starting to feel like a battle for total supremacy in the division.
I believe it is, you know, especially him being in Cruiserweight, you know, and to me it just makes sense. Like, if he's fighting for a world title in my division, why don't people want to see who the best is in the division? Like, it does not make sense to me if we don't fight, you know what I mean? Like, he's coming up fighting for a undisputed, like a unification fight, and he's going to be holding the WBO and WBA. It just doesn't make sense to me that we wouldn't fight.
Opetaia made it clear that a fight with David Benavidez almost feels unavoidable at this point. In his eyes, when two champions are holding major titles, they eventually have to face each other so the division can finally determine who truly deserves the #1 spot.
And if he wants to get that fight, we get that fight. I don't know why he went to Zuffa. We could have made this fight right after this one. You know, but now I don't know if he got stripped by the IBF or what it is. You know, I'm not gonna go over there and fight for a Zuffa title, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a great fight to make in the future. And I mean, I respect Jai Opetaia a lot. He's a great fighter, and I think he has to come back over here to make these fights happen.
At the same time, David Benavidez hasn't shown a second of hesitation about taking on Jai Opetaia. That confidence has only added more fuel to the excitement, as both men appear fully determined to prove they belong among boxing's elite.
I would love him to do, maybe at that same weight, or maybe go down to fight Bivol and Beterbiev, and the other one is what, that other cruiserweight that's not with Supma. Jai Opetaia. Yeah. I don't know if that fight could even be done now that he's with Supma and what belt he's going to fight for, whatever. I don't know. But those are three fights that I would like to see Benavidez take. But then after that, he's ready for the heavyweights, man. He's ready to fight Usyk.
Meanwhile, Robert Garcia warned that Benavidez still has several major challenges waiting for him before making any jump to heavyweight. He stressed that battles against top-level opponents across different divisions will play a huge role in defining the next phase of his career.
He's fast and he's explosive. And David gonna have to be careful. That ball hits you with a left hand, he can knock you out. And he's a southpaw, so he'll have some built-in advantages. He's just it's not a skill thing. He's a different level athlete than what Artur is. And he's young and he's mean and he's gonna be fighting hard. I think David might know a little bit too much for him. I think he might be a little bit too skillful for him and be a little bit too slick. But his raw athleticism and punching power is something David gonna have to be careful with.
On the other hand, Stephen Edwards views Opetaia as a legitimate world-class danger. He pointed to his physical strength, athletic build, and natural abilities, while also emphasizing that his composure under pressure makes him an extremely difficult fighter to figure out.
It's a special talent who's now really entering his prime now. And he is scary for any fighter to go up against. You know, he's got to prove it. He's got to prove it against the best fighters in the world now. And they're going to be tougher outs than Gilberto Ramirez, but I'm feeling like he can beat all of them. He could beat Bivol, he could beat Beterbiev, he could beat Opetaia. Line them up and I want to see it.
In contrast, Sean Porter believes David Benavidez is entering the absolute prime of his career and could soon become one of boxing's most feared names. He explained that while Benavidez still needs signature wins against elite competition, the tools are already there to trouble champions like Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, and Jai Opetaia.
It's a good fight. I like it. I still say the same thing now. Never stoppage.
Same way? Easier? Harder fight?
It's probably going to be done. I mean, listen, man. I predict the same thing. Because it's a new style. David Benavidez has his own style in boxing. He has his own, first fighter we know with his style. Coming up with his style, he mastered it. So there is no real defense for the style yet. There is no real, how does the blockage go? How does it go? Like, I never see they don't teach no shit like that, you know what I mean? So until somebody can come up with, until they can learn their style completely, you're not gonna know how to defend against it. We gotta see it some more, you know what I mean? So shout out to David Benavidez coming up with his own style. That's crazy. And the switch. Crazy. My guy, he's the first guy with it. What up? I'm saying it.
When
Don't make David cut that switch on. It's over.
Supporting that opinion, Zab Judah said Benavidez brings a suffocating and unpredictable style into the ring. With non-stop pressure, changing rhythm, and sharp adjustments, he forces opponents into uncomfortable situations early and becomes incredibly difficult to control once he settles into his flow.
You know what? I think he's a great fighter. I met him at a fight. I want to give a big shout out to Opetaia. I think he's a great fighter. He's doing well, but I think he still needs the experience, His last fight, I think he held back. He looked a little bit tired. He was struggling in there. He did win the fight to me, and he did win pretty much all the rounds. But, I just think that he needs a little bit more experience. We'll fight him tomorrow. Not a problem. Like I said, we want to fight him.
However, Jose Benavidez Sr. acknowledged that Jai Opetaia is a very capable fighter, though he believes Opetaia is still building experience at the highest level. Even so, he made it clear his team would gladly accept the fight immediately because they see it as difficult, but definitely winnable.
Looking on some of your own side. Start with that. That's first of all. Y'all the same size, so now it's like, I don't think you can stand there. Yeah, I don't think that's Russian roulette. When you see me on the ropes, I'm a little, I'm a swimmer, he just, but when it's the same size, Benavidez gonna have to show his real boxing skills, because I don't think you just walk him down.
Looking deeper into the matchup, Ron Ellis warned that Benavidez could run into real problems against naturally bigger opponents. He explained that constant pressure alone may not always be enough, meaning Benavidez could eventually need stronger technical adjustments and adaptability when physical dominance isn't possible.
I think that would be a great fight. I think before he would go to heavyweight, I think that would be the fight that needs to be made. I think Jai has a good chance too of possibly winning. Like really? I said, yeah, I think it just comes down to who shows up that night. For real.
Kid Austin described a fight between Jai Opetaia and Benavidez as a must-watch clash between elite fighters that absolutely needs to happen before any move to heavyweight. He added that Opetaia is a serious threat, and the final result will come down to which fighter performs best on fight night.
It's a massive step up for Benavidez to fight Jai, you know what I mean? Obviously, I feel like he would give Jai a harder fight than Ramirez would, but man, it's a huge jump. He used to be a super middleweight, to light heavyweight, up to cruiserweight. It's not like you're jumping from like super welterweight to middleweight, you know what I mean? It's a huge, 15 kilos, 16 kilos. It's massive. And he's not the leanest or the strongest. Yes, he's very fast. Benavidez is very fast, but I feel like whenever Jai hits him, he'll know about it.
Connor Wallace called a potential matchup between Benavidez and Jai Opetaia a massive step up in competition because of the size difference involved. While he believes Benavidez's speed keeps things competitive, he also noted that Opetaia's power and physical presence could become the deciding factor.
Opetaia's a killer as well. He's a killer. And unlike Zerdo, Opetaia has fast hands and fast feet. Opetaia's hand speed, it's not as fast as Benavidez, but it's respectable. His feet are better than Benavidez's. And he's a southpaw. So don't start to, Benavidez runs through Opetaia. No. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Does not run through him at all. That's a fight.
Meanwhile, Ada Oladapo described Opetaia as a dangerous southpaw with smooth movement, quick footwork, and explosive attacks. He explained that even if Benavidez may have faster hands, Opetaia's movement and positioning help keep the matchup extremely balanced.
Bivol is really he's the only fight I really want, like that I truly want, because he has all the belts. You know what I mean? After I beat Bivol, I'm going to have, right now I have 8 titles. 3 of them were interim, 3 of them world championships at super middleweight, light heavyweight. Now I got 2 of them at cruiserweight. I really want those belts. You know, I want those accolades. So that's the only thing I want right now.
On another front, David Benavidez has also expressed major interest in facing Dmitry Bivol. He sees it as the perfect opportunity to test himself against one of the sport's most technically gifted fighters, turning the matchup into a fascinating battle between pressure and precision.
He has a belt, and I want his belt, and I want to defend my belt, and I want to be active.
Dmitry Bivol acknowledged Benavidez's hunger for big fights, saying that true elite fighters always chase championships and major challenges. According to Bivol, that kind of ambition is exactly what creates meaningful matchups and keeps the sport moving forward.
Dmitry Bivol, he's a great fighter. He's probably one of the best fighters out there today, just because he's so technical. He has good speed. He has good power. But at the end of the day, that's only going to turn emotional on. You know what I mean? So I'm ready for this fight. Like I said, I've been calling for all these fights.
Kid Austin once again praised Benavidez's current form, even suggesting he may already be ahead of certain top fighters in the sport. Still, he called a potential fight with Bivol a true 50-50 matchup where timing, movement, and skill are perfectly balanced on both sides. And that's the complete picture, a true elite-level showdown where pressure, precision, and timing collide under the brightest lights possible. It's the kind of fight that divides opinions and pushes both fighters to their absolute limits. Now the question is yours: who wins this battle? Drop your prediction in the comments, and if you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more non-stop boxing content.